Hey guys, so we're going to look at the Elizabeth Shaw Mint collection. Now, here we have an octagonal prism. This is an octagon. I think it's a regular octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each of the sides look a similar size. And then we've got the depth to it here. So we have an octagonal prism. Now, this isn't one net, it's two separate boxes. So when we open this up, it's going to be a little bit different. But let's jump on to the next page. As we do, let's make this a little bit smaller. Make sure you tell me to open it up again so we can see the opening up of the cube. That's the wrong one. We need this one, I think. Yeah. Here we have the octagonal prism. So, number of faces, well, we're going to have around the outside 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 at the top and the bottom, then 3 more at the other side, which makes 8. Okay, then we've got a face at the top and the bottom, which makes 10. Okay, so let's pop our 10 in there. Vertices, corners, well, there's going to be quite a few, isn't there? How many are there? That's right, 8. And we've got another, how many there? It's the same, isn't it? 8, which makes 16 vertices or corners. Now the edges, so these, well, we've got 1, 2, don't have to count them, do we? Count them if you like, 8. And then we've got 8 edges on the other side. And then around the outside, we can have 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you can see at the moment. I've got the same on the other side. So 4 and 4 makes 8. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 8, 8 and 8, which makes 24. Okay, so what we're going to do now is this time I'm going to remember to just make this a little bit bigger for when we do the open out to find the net. So basically, okay, here we are. Now I've got a couple of little sellotape things here, tape things holding it down. So I'm just going to make sure I cut away, don't cut my fingers. Health and safety, so important, isn't it? Must take up a few seconds in the video for health and safety. Okay, so now this is, like I said, this is going to be 2 boxes. So we're going to have to use our imagination. Oh, and they are the lovely chocolates. Do not touch them yet. Quite nice, these ones. So, now then. So, it's not ideal, but what I want you to do is just imagine, because what they've done in effect is you've got all the sides doubled up. So you could imagine this. If I was to pull this out, let's have a look. Actually, here we are. What I'm doing is I'm just opening up these tabs here. This is what we're going to end up with. Whole series of tabs opened up. I'm going to cut off these gluing tabs because this one's going to be a little bit bigger. So we're just going to cut off these gluing tabs. If you've got your box ready, you can do this with me, or you can wait to the end. It's going to take a little bit longer, this one, because there's a lot of faces, there's a lot of tabs. So just ripping these open. Feel free to use the knife if you want to make sure you get a nice cut. Okay. So here we go. Pop. Pop. So I hope you aren't eating the chocolates yet. You've got to do this first and understand the net of a hexagonal prism before you get to eat the chocolates. So there's going to be some more shapes that come up after this one. Got some unusual shapes. Really recommend that you do them, not because they're in your GCSE syllabus, it just helps you understand. So if I turn it that way around, you can see here, I've got a main hexagon, I've got all these different 8 rectangles of the prism. Now, I could take the whole of this, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just cut this, the sides off this, because we don't need the sides twice. So this should be a bit quicker. Let me get this done quickly, not too quickly, because I want it to look like a regular hexagon. So I'm just cutting around here like this. So you might have to stagger your learning of 3D shapes, because otherwise you might end up eating far too much chocolate. Unless you have a very large family, in which case, of course, you could share it. So, what? You're not very good at sharing chocolates? Okay, so, now then, do you see here? Now, all we have to do in order to make that net is attach this somewhere like this. And this will then fold up. So these bits will obviously all fold up like that. It's going to be quite hard because it needs to be an octopus or a spider with 8 legs, and then that will go on the top there, fold back out. So we're folding it back out, and of course you'll end up with this like this. Now when you're doing the nets, some of these tabs could end up over here. So that tab could disappear there and then appear there. Make sense? Because when that closes up, let's see if I can do this. That tab isn't there. That's going to close up, and that is going to make your tab, your side, your face, your face just here. Do you see? Okay, so open it up like that. Okay, so it's quite hard to see. It's definitely one you should play with on yourself. You might want to leave all the little tabs so you can glue it back together and have a little play around. You might want to leave the faces on this one as well, because then you can see about all the different sorts of shapes that you can make, all the different sorts of nets of this prism that you can make. And you might want to draw a few of them on paper. So let me just remove this. So I'm super excited to see your work following this video. Can't wait. Talk to you soon.